Well, many Indian companies and workers will be hit hard by this. Let's go live to Mumbai and our correspondent Archana Shukla, who is with a major exporter to the US. Archana, over to you.
Well, yes, there is a scramble here amongst businesses focused on the US market. They are anxious, they're nervous, but there is also acceptance that the 50% tariffs are here now, at least in the short term, and businesses are trying to brace up for the impact. I have with me Vishwanshu Agarwal. He's a textile manufacturer and exporter who has businesses across the value chain, from weaving to finished goods, apparels, etc. Vishwanshu, the 50% tariffs are a reality today as we speak. What's really happening on the ground right now when we talk about factories like yours focused on the US market?
Sure. First, Archana, I would like to thank you and BBC for giving me this global platform to express on behalf of the industry how we are dealing with these uncertain times. So yeah, Archana, coming to your question, customers are now, with this 50% tariff, especially US customers or only US customers are not willing to sort of, they can't absorb these kind of margins in our industry, and they are definitely looking for alternatives. So, orders haven't been coming in lately, and things are not good. Orders are drying up, and things are not very good at the moment.
Well, in terms of production, have you stopped producing or are you still working your factories?
No, we are still working. So what we are doing currently, being slightly larger and more, this is impacting us a little more. We are offering some discounts to the customers to sort of navigate through these tough times. So we believe eventually that we hope that these tariffs don't continue, at least the second 25%. And I think in the next 5-6 months, if you can absorb these losses, then we can, move forward from there.
Right. If these 50% tariffs stay on for longer, what are the contingency plans that you're working with?
So the contingencies that we are looking at is the usual markets, the bigger markets, the economies like UK, Europe, and even emerging markets like South America and UAE. We are looking to try and build a relationship with them and work with them. And even India, you cannot ignore as a sector. It's a very important sector, and the consumption is growing every year. So it's a very important sector.
And what are the kind of policy support that the industry, particularly the textile industry, is seeking from the government, especially for small businesses?
So one is, Archana, incentives are important. Direct incentives for the exports that we do to the US. They need to help us with increasing that. The second is, some kind of incentive, worker incentives, bank moratoriums, and even if the government, this UK FTA that was signed recently by our government has helped to get a lot of traction into India. It should be signed any moment now.
Right.
Similar, if we can do with other countries like Europe, this will really help the industry further.
Right. Thank you, Vishwanshu. These are exporters who are looking at alternate markets. They're looking for some policy support, but they also know that in the short term to medium term, the impact that the US drop in business would happen will not be offset. So it will be a major impact, especially for export-driven sectors here in India. We are looking for some small businesses that might fold, and they would need more amount of support. And also the hope is that US-India go back on the table to talk trade and get to a resolution on this.
Archana, thank you so much. Archana Shukla there with the latest